How to highlight and contour your nose. Let's do it. I also feel, and this is my personal opinion, I feel that a lot of beauty hacks that you see online are very deceptive because they rely on shock value. They're visually very, interesting, with people pouring foundation all over their faces, with people taking contour sticks and like going crazy with them. It's visually interesting, so it gets all the views and it goes viral, but doesn't always mean that the hack is actually good. I mean, it looks great on Instagram because they're filmed from a certain angle under a certain light, but अगर आप real life में इतना ज़्यादा contour करके निकलोगे, your face is always going to look muddy and it's just unnecessary amount of product. Something like contouring has to be so minimal and well blended that people can barely tell that you've actually contoured your face. Okay, there's going to be a lot of talking in this video, but I feel that there is no one way to contour your nose, and like the way I contour my nose may not work for you, so I need to explain it theoretically a little so that you can figure out what works for you, but just by experimenting. Okay, so now look at my nose. Now this is thin from the top, but it's very wide from the bottom, and this is almost making like a triangle, and I want to break that and I want to make it look slimmer because beauty standards, I guess. Not proud of it. I want to draw attention away from this width of my nose and bring it more to the center of the nose so that it looks thinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this contour stick. It's actually a foundation stick which is like a lot darker than my skin tone. I'm just going to take like a little product on my finger, just like the tiniest amount. And if I start from the top, okay, so if I start from the top, then this area will look even thinner, and that's not what I want because then the proportions get like messed up even more. So what I want to do is I want to make this part thinner and this part remains the same. So I will not contour this part. I will only contour this part. Only this part. And I will just draw two lines here and like very thin lines. Now you automatically see it, just your eyes automatically go to this part of the nose. I am just going to blend it upwards towards the natural contour. And that's how much product you need. Like ये भी मुझे थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही लग रहा है. I will just blend it out. And never forget to end the contour somewhere. Otherwise your nose is going to look endless. So just contour the bottom of the nose also, just so that it looks a little put together. And just join these two lines and just blend it with your fingers and just keep dabbing it. And now that is the way you create an illusion of a depth here. I can't shorten this distance, but what I can do is bring your attention to this part of the nose, which is what I've done with the contouring. Now there are two depths happening. एक तो यहाँ हो रही है और एक यहाँ पे भी कहीं पे एक natural contour line मेरी पता चल रही है, which I can't really hide because that's my bone structure. But what I can do is I can use some concealer here to just kind of hide that part. So I will just dab some concealer here. Now that I've blended that concealer, now your attention will go more towards this part. Now even if I tilt my face slightly, the nose suddenly just looks sharper because of those two lines. Now it looks very subtle from the front, but that's how it's supposed to be. If you still want a more dramatic effect, just take a little bit of concealer on like a very thin brush and just dab it right in the middle and just dab it with your finger. Tiny little things like this will make a huge difference and make your nose look sharper. Now suddenly the nose looks sharper, right? Is it just me? Can you see it? I hope you can see it. I'm going to show you a before after too. So now that we've contoured the nose, it's time to highlight the nose so that the change is more drastic. Just take your favorite highlighter, take it on your finger, and now I know I've seen a lot of people highlight this part of the nose, but I personally hate it. It makes your nose look very clownish, because I don't think a nose needs a highlight right here. I prefer highlighting my nose here, like just the dip of the nose, like right where the nose starts. I like highlighting my nose from here because that instantly draws your attention towards the length of the nose. So yeah, that's where I like highlighting my nose. You can highlight the middle, but I don't find it necessary. वो जो highlights होते हैं जिससे nose एकदम bulb की तरह चमकती है, they don't make sense to me, so I personally don't like them. Also another place where I really like to highlight my nose is the sides. This is my natural bone structure. So I will highlight the sides of the beginning of my nose also. just this part. If this is where you can feel your bone, just highlight that. So now if you see, the nose looks 5 times sharper. Okay, so let's do a before and after. This is what my nose looked before the contouring, and this is what it looks after contouring and highlighting. Do you see a difference? I hope this information helped you figure out the way you want to contour your nose. If your nose shape is similar to mine, then you can just use this technique. But if you have a nose which is also wide from the top, then I would suggest that आप जो यहाँ पे contouring कर रहे हो उसको ऊपर तक लेके जाओ, so that यहाँ से वो shape बननी शुरू हो जाए. And yeah, every nose shape is beautiful, every nose shape is different. You just need to figure out what works for you, and that will take a bit of experimentation, but you'll get there. Don't be intimidated by contouring. The idea is to keep it very, very subtle.